All right, y'all. Let's go over a few of the trades that I'm looking to take for this week and a couple of the ones that I took on last week that I already reviewed in my last video. So let's just quickly go over the ones that I was watching or I already traded and see how they actually performed. All right. So we'll start off with CrowdStrike. I've been watching this thing for months, right? While it was coming down in between these red lines here. I got in due to FOMO, fear of missing out, because price was breaking out. It was an early entry. I was supposed to get in down here in this white line, yada, yada, yada. Full transparency, I was down like 70% on these contracts. I am now only down 40. So poor trade management on my part, but I'm trying to do better, obviously. Um, Next on the list, I was watching MSTR. I was supposed to enter at the breakout of this candle, but I didn't get good confirmation on a lower time frame, so I did not actually get into this one. So still watching the levels to see what can happen. WMT, which is Walmart. Um, Walmart was definitely one of the winners for me. I'm trying to see. Yeah, I got in on the breakout of this white descending trend line and sold somewhere up here. So not a bad trade. Lululemon is not giving me a trigger to get in yet, but I'm still watching this. It looks like there's a ton of bearish volume coming in on this candle, so I'm gonna wait for a decent level of confirmation before I get into this, preferably when we get out of this consolidation here. So maybe a break above 169.50. So still waiting on that one. SMCI, oops, SMCI broke out of this descending channel, but I actually got in down here at the breakout of these candles here. This was 100 and something percent winner. It was a beautiful trade. I let go of it early. I have friends who are still in it right now, but you know what? You're not going to be able to catch the entire thing of every single trade. So I'm done with that one. PYPL was another one I mentioned. PayPal has not triggered an entry yet. It looks as if it's doing this thing called the power of three. Um, let's see if I can. Oops. Power of three. Oh, wait. Maybe trading. So it looks like it's doing this thing, right? Where you see it consolidate, right? So accumulation, then price gets manipulated to the downside to trigger stop losses of anyone who went long already, and then price goes in its original direction. So I'm watching to see what's going to happen. So we've already had the accumulation, right, which is this right here. And then the manipulation would be this low that triggered all the stop losses back here. So I'm expecting this to go higher. This is on watch for Monday morning, right? So I would take an entry above 70.70 on this, and then my first TP would be 72.36, and I'm looking to take my contracts into this gap all the way up here. Gaps fill often. You would be surprised when you see it work out on a chart. So that's another watch for what's it called, Monday. Next one that I was watching, ADBE, which is Adobe. I was not able to get into this, and it's probably for the best because it broke out, closed, and then on the next day, red. Earnings were good. It opened higher and then closed red, so no entry on that one. Let's see. I was watching Intel for a possible breakout trade. No entry on this one. I think I yeah, I wasn't able to get into this. There was no signal to get in, and semis were kind of weak anyway. But you know, it is what it is. Um, let's see. I think I did SMCI already. Yes, I did. Coin was a loser for me. I got in and basically I moved my stop loss too close, so I got out at basically minus 5% of whatever I put in. It's all good. Nvidia, I got no entry in. I didn't see any strong enough signal for me to get in, and then by the time I checked back, it had already like gapped up some. So not gonna really worry about that. And then the last one from last week's video was XOM. Um, I did not take a ton of profit out of this one. I was watching this shaded white area for a breakout. Price open higher, and I don't like to. I don't like it when my entry points are too far from what I basically chart, because then I feel like when price starts to reverse, it's gonna make me panic, and I don't like the emotional aspect of that. So, not really the best trade for me. So those are the ones um, that I went over last week. Main watches for this week that I'm expecting some kind of like bullish move. I prefer to trade to the upside. That's just my thing. This is Neo. This I signaled a few months ago. This is a flag pattern, and it's basically doing it again up here, right? So you see the yellow lines. Don't pay attention to the red ones. Basically, the yellow lines are showing what is known as a bull flag. Bull flag, right? So this thing right here, right? So flag pull, flag, and then breakout. So I'm looking for a breakout entry of Neo. So above this blue line here, and price action is pressing up right against it. We'll see what happens. Next on my watch is Schwab. We have this consolidation down here, and this could be another power of three again, where we have the accumulation within this area, then the manipulation to trigger the stop losses, and then price will go in the direction that it's intended. It's not guaranteed, but it's definitely on watch to take a trade to the downside. CMG, I don't remember if I mentioned this last week or not. This thing has bullish divergence, meaning prices keep getting lower and lower, like lower lows are being created. So this is let me see if I can show this to you properly. So here's a low, and then this low is lower than this one. So this would be a lower low. Now we have another low that's lower than this, so that's a lower low. That's basically how you see where price is trending. So we have prices sloping down like this, but the buying and momentum indicators are pointing up. We have two of them that are pointing up. That's the RSI and the MACD. So I'm basically sitting and waiting for a signal to get in. And what would signal an entry for me? If prices are able to close above 39.16, right, I'll take an entry, or to be even safer, above 39.10. That means the previous high that was created was taken out. So main watch. Starbucks is in this descending channel. It's better if you look at it on a 4-hour time frame. So it's in this descending channel. I'm just waiting for prices to basically create a higher high, right? Come back down, retest a level like here, and then break to the upside. Or if it breaks out of this channel, this dotted line, whichever I feel more comfortable with based off of price action. The safer bet would be to wait for a breakout of the descending trend line. So waiting on that. Lululemon, another divergence slash wedge pattern trade that I'm looking to take. No signal on that. MSTR, like I was saying before, I'm still watching for a breakout of this blue descending trend line. Maybe we'll get it Monday. Who knows? American Express. I caught this when it broke out of this red channel before, and this thing just went on to run like crazy. So now it's flagging, and I'm waiting for a breakout of this shaded area to get in on that. Caterpillar has been pushing up against this resistance level, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different times it rejected. I want to see a breakout, retest, continuation. Qualcomm, similar setup. We have this descending area of resistance, and then prices have not been able to close above these levels for a while now. So I want to see a breakout of both of these resistance levels, retest, continue. And then lastly on the list is FDX. So as you see, we broke out of this this bullish hammer, and prices are basically creating higher highs, higher lows. I think on UPS, because it's another shipping company, like look at this bullish engulfing candle here. Look at this one. And then if there's volume to confirm it, even better. So we have decent volume on this. That's why I'm watching that. Those are the only things that I'm trying to pay attention to for Monday. We will see what happens. And yeah, just make sure you have a stop loss. 20% return on your investment minimum. Trim as you get higher in prices or return, and keep compounding. All right, that's it.